Hello, and welcome back to the channel. I just wanted to do a quick update on what's going on with my Tamiya Juggernaut project. She's kind of taken apart right now, so I can further investigate where the issue lies in the drivetrain. And you'd be surprised what I discovered. But first, I want to go over some things that I've replaced since the last video, and I guess will be replacing. I got a new battery. Yeah, another Z battery. People say they're not that great, but like I said, I don't compete and I just bash in my backyard mostly or, somewhere nearby. So it's good enough for what I do and they're very affordable. Anyway, so I don't know what's wrong with this one. Um, I think maybe it was the wires that it came with because I used it in these same wires in this other battery, and they both didn't work in in the Juggernaut. But the weird thing is they charge, and they both work in another truck. So I'm really confused about that. I was gonna make another set of wires to test those batteries and for driving around, but probably won't since I have this battery now, and um, uh, we'll see. I mean, nothing's permanent. Oh yeah, the difference between the two, they're both 6,000 milliamps, both 2S LiPo, but this one, the one that didn't work is 100C rating, and the other one is 80C rating. But I don't. This truck is not gonna go zooming around like it used to anymore. So this ADC should be good enough. Okay, on to the transmitter. I mentioned this before. I upgraded the firmware in this, so it has 8 or more channels now. But the receiver that it came with only has 3 channels. So I bought a 6 channel receiver and it actually binded with a transmitter. So in the future, if I want to add lights and such, I can do so without having to buy a new radio. So that's that's really cool. And this I got this from AliExpress for like less than 40 bucks. Okay, next I did receive the other 70 kilogram um, servo, and I spliced, as you can see, I spliced the wire so that it be directly powered by the battery. I tested it and it works great, I think. Um, what I did was I pulled the female connectors out of the casing here and I cut the wires as far back as I could so nothing would stick out when I put them back in. Um, I did that so that the plug would hold better when it's inserted into the receiver. Um, Better than having just one of those plugs. So I still have to do it to the other servo, the one that's steering the front. So this one's gonna go in the rear. Yep. So I was just doing an experiment and it worked. So okay, so I talked about drive shafts last time, and I got them, but Unfortunately, one of them is out of phase. This one is like this one is, you see, it has 0 degrees phasing, so basically, it's not out of phase. Ideally, that's what you want. So it would be um, at a constant speed at one end, as long as the both shafts that they're going into are the same. They're parallel. This one is I can't get it to uh, 0 degrees. The best I could get out of it is 30. So yeah, I contacted the vendor, and I'm hoping that they give me a replacement. Yep. So, and then finally, onto the drivetrain issue. So upon further look-see, I confirmed that the issue is in the gearbox. The post. Let me explain what's going on here. So this post that the one of the shaft stakes into, it broke, and it caused a little bit of chaos in the gearbox. Initially, I just super glued it back into place, but I didn't think that it would be as strong as it used to. So I did my plastic slurry trick, and to strengthen the post, I dammed it here. I just put the I used painter's tape, and then made sure that putting all this in here is not gonna interfere with the operation of what's going on in here. Um, yeah, so I basically put layers on there. I think about 3 layers, and until I got to this level. So I waited. Basically, I put a layer. I waited a day for it to dry, and then put another layer. I didn't want to just stack it. I just didn't want to pour them all at once. I didn't want to have like a weak weakness in the middle. So I did it in phases like that. So yeah. So when this post broke, it locked the gears inside, and all hell broke loose. Really, to my surprise, the nylon gears survived for the most part. What's surprising is the hardened steel. Um, this is a two-piece design. It's just press into place. Press the compound gear. Basically, the smaller gear is pressed into the bigger gear. Um, the big gear that the pinion gear drives, since this locked, the motor continued to drive this around basically its shaft. So I was able to it got worn out, that I was able to just spin this with my bare hands. So what I did to fix it, I designed a 3D print, basically a 3D printed a template. And what this does is this is the same, the these holes right here, the same diameter as the seam. So I'll explain what's going on here. So what I did was I pressed this thing out until this lip here is flush with the back of that gear, and then I put this um, where the bearing is. So this is the size of the bearing. I put that in there, and then the holes are the template for where I'm gonna drill the holes. Basically, the holes are in between the seam. So I drilled the holes, and then I pressed it back into place. And then the holes I filled. I basically braced the holes with solder. So the solder are acting as keys. Basically, if you imagine a shaft with a key, you know, that has a pulley or something. So basically, that's what's going on now. So it's and now I can't turn turn the turn it onto its shaft anymore. So hopefully this holds up, and then I can then put the Juggernaut back together, and then test basically test out the gearbox and ultimately the limited slip differential. So that's what I've been trying to test this whole time. And then I'm hoping finally to paint her this year, once the weather permits, and then be done with fixing her and go back to driving her. So um, yeah, apparently the drive shaft that I had were also out of base. So if you look at it, it's really kind of like also 30 degrees off. They don't line up. So that's why I want to get another, um, basically at least that one drive shaft replaced, and then um, like I said, put her back together and be done with her and move on to the next project. But anyway, that's all for now. I hope you guys are enjoying this kind of content, and if you do, please share my videos. Thank you for watching.